Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today we will be doing a set of press on nails. So I do have my little stands here prepped with the sticky tab stuff, and for the shape we will be doing some duck nails. I did get this small container of duck nails off of Amazon, so if I remember I will have them linked down below. And also I believe I've only done duck nails on my channel at least one other time, and I believe it was last year around Halloween time. I did some like duck nail press on shapes, I think, or some press on duck nails. So quickly I'm just applying the nail tips to the stands, and then I will go ahead and start trimming them down in just a little bit. So this is what the nails are looking like after they're applied to the stand, and like I said, we will be trimming them down a little bit. So only for the pinky I will be using my nail tip cutter, just because the other tips will not fit in the nail tip cutter. So I am trimming them down to like a medium length, and then I am taking my scissors and lining up the previous nail with the other one that I am starting to cut, so that way they're all the same length. Once I have the tips all trimmed down, I'm just taking my hand file and kind of straightening out the free edge of the nail. But I will be later on taking my drill and a sanding band to kind of create like the moon cut shape on the duck nails. I just prefer more of that shape for duck nails rather than like a straight across look. But it's personal preference, so if you actually do like duck nails, it just depends on how you like the free edge. But like I said, I like mine to have like that moon cut C-curve type of look. And then very quickly I'm just filing the sidewalls. I don't want the nails to be super flared out, but I don't want them to be super tapered in, if that makes sense. I still want them to be noticeable as duck nails, but like I said, not super flared out. So I'm just taking my hand file and shaping them up just slightly on the sidewalls. So like I mentioned, I am doing the moon cut like effect or shape, or I don't know how exactly what it's called, but I'm doing the moon cut part on the free edge of these nails. So I am taking this fine grit sanding band from Nails and Blinks, and I do have my drill at the speed of I believe like 5,000 RPMs, and I am kind of having it flipped this way, if that makes sense, like where the free edge is pointing up. So that way it's easier to kind of get that moon cut C-curve type of look. And then here I'm just removing the shine from the nail tip, and I didn't really like how that looked, so I will be just doing the free edge for the rest of the nails, and then I am just taking a buffer to remove the shine from the rest of these nails. Since this part is sped up just a little bit, you won't see that I was kind of having issues, but I did end up switching my drill between forward method and the reverse method, or the modes. Just to make it easier. Like right here, I believe I put it in the reverse mode, so that way I can get the other side of that nail more like C-curved, I guess you'd say. So yeah, I just am doing it right here in reverse, and then again switching it back to forward, and I will be doing that for the rest of the nails. And then here I'm just taking a mini buffer and just buffing off the shine. I am doing acrylic press on, so this part really isn't necessary, but in my personal opinion, I like to have a rough surface when doing any type of application on top of press-ons, just so that way I know that it would adhere properly and everything like that. I know that probably won't make sense to some people, but to me, I like having a rough surface when doing acrylic press-ons as well. So for today's acrylic, I will be using Raspberry Truffle from BombNailz. It's a very beautiful pink cover powder, and I absolutely love it, and I've been having a nice set in mind with this specific cover powder, so that is why I am doing this set today. And I did know I also wanted to do some duck nails with this specific cover powder as well. So I know this next part isn't going to make sense, but for some reason when doing this thumbnail, I was a bit rusty doing it. And it, like I said, it doesn't make sense because my last video was some acrylic press-ons as well. But the reason why I say that I was rusty is because I filmed that previous video, I believe, like 3 days before I even posted it. So when I like record videos for YouTube, I like to record them days ahead, so that way when the day comes to post them, all I have to do is either do the voiceover and upload it, or if the voiceover is done, I just gotta upload it. So it's like less time to, like, less stuff to stress about when uploading. So I'd say it's been a little bit over a week since I even did any type of press on nails. So I was like kind of like stressing when doing this. So like I said, since I was stressing, I only showed 3 nails on camera of me doing the acrylic application, but later on when you see like how the application turned out, it wasn't really that bad. But I like to overthink things a lot, so I feel like it could have been better, like the application. But like I said, it still came out pretty nice, and the whole set turned out super cute. But like I said, I just overthink things and wish it would have came out just a little bit better. Not only that, but I did like 3 clients in one day. The day before I did this press-on set, so my back was completely done, my hands and arms were just completely done. I was literally sitting in the nail chair for about like, I don't know, from all day, literally from I believe 11:30 in the morning to about 4 or 5 in the afternoon or evening. So I got no breaks or nothing like that, and I was just completely like out of it when doing the set. But I did want to film a video since I did have to upload today, so I'm just happy I was able to get it all done within pretty much one day. So like I said, I am only doing the application on camera on 3 nails, so I will go ahead and just let you guys watch the rest of that, and I will come back in once it's time to shape and file these nails. So these are what the nails are looking like after the application's been dried. Like I said, it still came out pretty cute, but I felt like, in my opinion, it could have been just a little bit better. So to get into the filing, I'm just taking that same fine grit sanding band I used in the beginning to file the surface of the nail. And how I like to do it is start at the free edge and work my way back towards the cuticle and flip the nail over like I just did here, and kind of thin it out just a little bit, because when I do acrylic press-ons, I don't like that area to be super bulky. I like it to give it more of like a natural full set effect, if that makes sense. So I want your nails, like if someone were to order some acrylic press-on nails and wear them, I want them to look like they actually sat in the chair and got some acrylic nails done. So that's why I don't really like it super bulky in that area. And then after I'm done doing the surface, I do quickly flip the nail over as well and kind of follow that moon cut shape, so that way it kind of perfects it just a little bit more and kind of make it a bit more crisp. I do also have my drill at the speed of 9,000 RPMs when doing any type of finish filing using my e-file, whether that's on acrylic press-ons, practice hand, myself, or anything like that. Just any type of finish filing, I always have my drill at the speed of 9,000 RPMs. Next, I'm just taking that hand file to kind of get underneath the nail to get any acrylic that might spill over when doing the application. And just like I said in the beginning as well, just to kind of not really taper it in, but not have it super flared out, if that makes sense. And then lastly, since I will be doing a little bit of nail art, I'm just taking that same mini buffer and buffing over the entire surface of the nail so it's smooth when we go in with that nail art. So this is how the entire set is looking after they've been shaped and filed and also cleaned. I did just use a lint-free wipe and some alcohol to clean off the nails. So for the nail art, I will be using some classic black gel polish, classic white. This very beautiful, like reflective glitter from Beetles. I did get this off of Amazon. And then this like very vibrant hot pink gel polish as well from Beetles. I will have them linked down below if you're interested in either of those. So getting into the nail art, I am just applying that reflective gel polish to the entire nail of the ring finger. I will be doing kind of like a junk nail, if that makes sense, on this. And I do want the underneath to kind of have that same like look as the charms and the rhinestones I will be using. So after I'm done applying that, I will go ahead and cure that in the light for 30 seconds. Now for this next portion on the thumbnail and the middle nail, I will be doing some French tips. So I am using that hot pink color and outlining my smile line, like about how far I want the smile line to be. And after I have that nicely perfected, I will go ahead and start infilling the sides and the free edge with that same pink gel polish. And then once I am done with the thumbnail, I do cure that for 30 seconds while I move on and do the same exact thing to that middle nail. So again, I will be doing some French tips, but I am using our classic white gel polish from KAIROSE Nail Supply. As you can see just how nice and vibrant and pigmented this white gel polish is. It definitely only just needs one coat. It doesn't leave any type of streaks or anything like that. So I absolutely love it and I highly recommend it to you all. I also do sell it in a duo, so that way you can get the white gel polish and the black gel polish in a duo and save just a little bit more money than getting them separately, if that makes sense. So if you're interested in any of our KAIROSE Nail Supply products, our link is always linked down below. And if you use code YouTube, it does save you 20% on your purchases. And also very quickly, while I'm talking about KAIROSE Nail Supply, we are finally restocking our cover powders. So stay tuned for that. They should all be restocked by either the end of this week or next week for sure. So like I said, I'm doing some French tips on the index finger and the pinky nail, and again curing them for 30 seconds in between. And then after I'm done outlining the smile line here, I just infilled the rest of the area with that same white gel polish. So for the two pink French tip nails, I am doing like the zebra stripes, I believe. I don't know if they're zebra or tiger stripes. I'm just calling them zebra stripes. And these don't have to be done in any type of specific way. Like for me personally, I do overthink things, so I always feel like it has to be super perfect. So like here, it doesn't look like it was gonna turn out good and I was freaking out, but I was like, let me just play it out and see how it turned out. And I absolutely loved how it turned out. Like I said, it doesn't have to be super perfect. So definitely don't overthink any type of designs. I feel like if you do it, I feel like it just messes with your head and it messes everything up. But yeah, I love how it turned out. So I did go ahead and cure that in the light for 60 seconds. And the reason I did 60 seconds is just because the black gel polish is super pigmented, so if it doesn't dry completely or get cured completely, it does start to wrinkle. So I did 60 seconds for this, and then I will be doing the same thing for this nail as well. Now for the two white French tip nails, I am doing, I believe it would be cheetah print or something like that. So I'm taking that same pink gel polish I used for the French tips on the other nails and kind of making bigger blobs where I want the like cheetah print to be, and then doing some smaller dots around that. And then after I'm done doing the ring finger here, I will throw it in the light for 30 seconds and start outlining them with some black gel polish. Once I am doing the, once I am done doing the outline of the black part on these nails, again, I do cure for 60 seconds just because it's super pigmented and I do not want any of this design to start wrinkling. So for the next portion, I am just showing you some charms I will be using for the rest of the nail art. So I do have some Hello Kitty charms, some pink bow charms, some other type of little charms there. I'm using some tiny little rhinestones along with this rhinestone kit I do have. So taking my McCart rhinestone glue, I'm applying just a little bit of that into the tip part, like the top portion of the French tip area, and then applying one of those tiny little pink bows there and flash curing that with my little LED flash cure light, and then doing the same exact thing to that middle nail. Now for the white French tips, I'm doing the same exact thing as I did on the other nails, but instead I am applying the Hello Kitty heads to the top portion of that French tip area, flash curing that, and then doing the same exact thing to that pinky nail. So to start the entire like charm placement or whatever on this ring finger, I am applying a little bit of that McCart rhinestone glue, and then I am applying this like little rose charm I had from I believe like 2 or 3 years ago, and then I'm flash curing that, and then I do have like this cute like dangly star charm. I did get it from The Nail Beauty on Instagram, but it doesn't seem like she has an Instagram page no more, so I don't know exactly how to like kind of tag her or her like website for her charms. But yeah, so that's where that star charm came from, and then these little butterfly charms here are from my website on KAIROSE Nail Supply. Honestly, after applying these 3 charms here, I felt like it was kind of like a waste of time to apply that reflective glitter to that ring nail because you can't really see these charms. And then after I did the rhinestones around everything, I still feel like you couldn't really see anything, so I kind of regret applying that reflective glitter. So next time if I ever do something like this, I probably will just do like leave the background plain, if that makes sense, rather than applying this reflective glitter here. But here I'm just applying a little bit of that McCart rhinestone glue into like a tiny little section here and applying some of those like AB rhinestones I have. And I am doing this in smaller sections, that way everything is not slipping and sliding around. And then I am flash curing that with my little flash cure light here. And then I am doing the rest of that to the entire nail. So I will go ahead and just let you guys watch the rest of that application of the rhinestones play out, and I'll come back in just a little bit. So I did just remember, I didn't show the entire process of me applying those rhinestones because it was taking way too long. So this is what it looks like after I've applied all the rhinestones. Like I said, you can barely see those charms I placed before those rhinestones, but it's okay. And then here I am just adding a little bit more detail and some rhinestones to the rest of these nails. So those tiny little rhinestones you see in that little container here, I'm just applying one to the top portion of this bow and beneath that as well, flash curing that and doing the same exact thing to that middle nail. And then for the index and the pinky nail, I'm just applying them onto like tiny little areas around that French tip area. I was originally going to do this off camera because I didn't know how I would like it, but I decided to leave it in so that way you can see how it turned out, and I absolutely loved how it came out. So again, I'm doing that same exact thing to that pinky nail, but I am having the rhinestones placed the opposite way than that index finger. And then after I am done applying the rhinestones to this nail, I do flash cure it still. But after that, I do put the entire set in the light for a full 30 seconds to make sure everything is nicely cured. So this is what the entire set is looking like. I absolutely loved how it turned out. So I am top coating using the classic diamond gel top coat from KAIROSE Nail Supply and making sure to top coat around all the charms and the rhinestones. I did not top coat that ring finger though because there's really no point in doing that. I could have top coated before I applied the rhinestones and everything like that, but I just left it be because this is just a practice set. But if I were to have done it for an actual customer or like on a client, I would have top coated before applying all the rhinestones and everything like that. So after I'm done applying the top coat to all the nails, I do go ahead and cure in the light for a full 60 seconds. But that is pretty much the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!